The first pale light of day colors Bucharest. Pink, frost-gauzed windows begin to glow. October's final morning. The city is quiet, serene. The avenues smoke eerily in the cold. On the outskirts of town, several Roma huddle around a fire in a field, faint outlines of the cityscape emerging from the fog and the darkness. A band of roseate light is being cast over the ashen dawn like a flower in bloom. This is the first late autumn morning that has announced the bitter intentions of the impending winter. In this country that was once a hinterland of the Roman Empire, but more recently conquered by the sterile vision and military might of the communists. A thin, glistening layer of ice lacquers the old wooden churches, the lime trees, the cobblestones, the streetcar windows. The young man from Louisiana pulls the blanket tighter around his shoulders and shuffles over to the window. He sees the Romanian dawn through a frigid kaleidoscope, the window starred by frost. Patterns of intricate, icy geometry. These lonely winter mornings. How many other Mormon missionaries stand at other windows in other cities, each morning, thinking of family, of girlfriends, of life back home. He is weak, but he thinks the fever is finally breaking. Even here inside the apartment, clouds of his breath smoke and trail off. Like a faith healer, he solemnly places a palm on the rusted, paint-flecked radiator with his eyes closed, waiting. Nothing. I mean, it's true. It does. It gets crazy. Tourist season is crazy. Summer and the high season is crazy. But where I struggle is, I just feel like I have to be on all day. And that's part of owning a business. I mean, hell, sometimes I'm at work. And it's not that I'm thinking about certain words or like phrases or even plot points, but it's just a feeling inside. I feel like if I could write right now, it would just flow out like Pandora's box opening. But you can't. And then sometimes I'm disciplined and I get up at 5 a.m. and I sit there in front of the keyboard and I'm just like, fuck. There's just nothing there.
It's like you just have to be able to switch gears so fast.
Well, it's part of living. It's hard. And that's another aspect of the social thing. I mean, we live at a residential sort of high school in the mountains of Colorado, and we've got neighbors here and there. And
right.
That's going to happen. And that's good. I mean, look at how good it is for Luca. I mean, he's such a social kid. I mean, he's interacting with like all these teenagers that love him and play with him.
Like the diversity that's here, you can't get elsewhere. You know, like he walks out of the house and there's all these teenagers who are bored and they're like, Luca, let's play. And they're, you know, it's a cool experience for him, but.
Yeah. We have a good life. That's my airplane.
It's not strawberry.
What is it?
What did you try when you came home? What did Mom make you do a bite of?
What is that?
Who should we give the jam to?
Maybe me.
Maybe you.
The young man at the window shivers not so much from the cold air as from the illness raging inside him these last 3 days. He stands there feverish and not a little scared. But what scares him most has nothing to do with the fever. He feels it welling up from that dark place, like pools of black oil tapped through caprock, brought up to the surface. Thousands of years of decay, of pressure, of heat. Curled up and whimpering in his sickbed for days far from home, he's felt too young to be doing this, living in Eastern Europe, walking the streets, talking about God. He is 19. Yet today he feels ancient. The anxiety, the sharp talons of the malaise digging into his chest, digging into his stomach. They age him each time they visit him. He too feels like the product of thousands of years of compression, of decay. He studies the sky, thinks of days on dark waters back home. The briny tang of the shrimp piled up on wood boards comes to him briefly, teases his nose. The old man looking every bit his 77 years, and that visage beautifully worn and creased by a lifetime facing the salty winds and the Gulf sun beating down on it. His entire extended family made its livelihood back home with boats, on the waters of Louisiana cypress swamps, and even out on the open Gulf. He's a young man who knows weather. He looks out on the weather of Bucharest at dawn. He heads for the shower and hopes for hot water, and once again brushes his hand on that paint-flecked radiator. Still, nothing.